So as I talked about at the end of the last one, this video got pretty long. So this is part 2 of our SHOT Show recap. Let's get to it. So next up, let's go with Smith & Wesson and their new pistol, the 5.7. That's right, Smith is getting into the whole 5.7 craze. Ever since the patents expired, everybody and their brother and mother and sister and everybody, they're all coming out with stuff. We now have stuff from Ruger. We've got one from Palmetto State Arms. I'm kind of surprised that we didn't see one from Glock, but now we've got one from Smith & Wesson. And honestly, it's the one that I'm the most excited about. I really like it. I like the M&P series anyway, so having an M&P based 5.7 gun is really a draw for me, and I might end up getting one. I'm curious about affordability. The FN57 is not a cheap gun by any means. The Ruger brings it back down to the price point. The Palmetto State Armory one is even cheaper. So really, you've got options all around the block. I'm guessing this one's going to be like right there in the middle, close to the Ruger. It does have a little bit more technology than the Ruger, so I would expect it to be more than that. We'll see, I guess. I didn't see an MSRP on it. It might be out by now. I don't know. Let's go on to our next one. So there's 2 new bolt guns from companies that are not known for bolt guns. One of them, not surprising, I've actually known about it for quite a while, from conversations like over a year and a half ago. The other one was from left field, did not see it coming at all. So the first one, the one that I knew about, was Aero Precision. Aero Precision has come out with a bolt gun. Aero makes like a good midline AR-15. I've got their builder set. I really like their builder sets. I like putting my own stuff together anyway. I don't know much about their pre-built guns, but their receiver sets, from my experience, I have 2 of them. I've built more of them. They're consistent and they're good quality, so which is really what I look for in AR stuff. Mostly the consistency. If the stuff goes together well, you don't get like too big of holes, too small of holes, yada yada. It's pretty good. I like them. The bolt gun, I have mediocre hopes for, I guess. The bolt gun portion itself is pretty standard. I guess I'm not worried about their barrel, but where a bolt gun really comes into its own is precision. And you've got to have a good bolt lockup in the barrel and a good barrel system. The chassis matters, but if you don't have a solid bolt and bolt lockup method and barrel and all of that, then the chassis doesn't mean anything. So I'm interested to see how that goes. I think it's going to be good. But I'm mediocrely excited about it. Now the one from left field. And I will admit, this one threw me off quite a bit. Anderson. Yes, that's right. The Poverty Pony themselves have come out with a bolt gun. I don't know much about it. And I don't know what prompted this. I don't. But here's the thing is, I don't hate it. Like, I like that Aero came out with the bolt gun. I knew it was going to happen, and as I said, like, it's going to be good, but I'm mediocrely excited. The Anderson, I have no idea if this thing's going to be good. Like, my hopes are not super high for this thing, but I am excited about this. And it's weird that they flip-flop like that. It's like, if Aero comes out with this thing and it's good, then it hits expectations and it's like, okay, it's a decent bolt gun. If Anderson comes out with this thing and it's good, it's like, holy crap, what has happened in the world? If they come out with it and it is bad, it is just fodder for the meme farm. And I don't know what's going to happen with that, but it's going to be so worth it. Also, I wouldn't mind having one. Like, prove me wrong, Anderson, that you can pull this off and it's actually like a choice gun, because I would love for it to be. It's a chassis rifle, guys. A chassis rifle. Rounding back out to the 2011 world, we're going to go to the Apollo from Live Free Armory. It's a 2011 from Live Free Armory. It's another 2011. I mean, it's not as bad as Glock. Don't get me wrong. Like the Glock clones are... The 2011s, again, I'm just like with the Gerson one and stuff, like, I'm excited to see them coming out because it's going to drive the prices for the other 2011s down. Maybe. I mean, it might. It might not. But it is just another 2011, and I'm excited to see it. It'll be cool. Like the Prodigy, like the 2311, like, I'm excited to see it. I'm more excited than a Glock clone, that's for damn sure. But I don't, like, I would probably care more if I didn't have a staccato already, because this would be like maybe actually, I think these things are super expensive if I'm not wrong. Oh no, I'm so wrong. That is under $1,000. Okay, all right. Words. Like that's, oh, okay. Excitement level slightly up, just because of that price factor. That could be cool. I mean, it will be cool. We'll just see like how cool. But anyway, there's only so much recording in the car I figure I can do before you guys just get super bored with that. And now that I've done quite a few, I figure we should move a little bit. It's cold out here. It's like 35 degrees. This may not have been the smartest of moves, but that's okay because it's for you guys. So next up, we're going to cover the Sightmark enclosed dot, pistol dot, which I don't remember what it's called. I should probably find that out. Sightmark enclosed pistol dot. It is the Mini Shot M Spec 3 MOA. I'm guessing the 3 MOA is probably not in the official name of it, but it's I don't know. I mean, it's Sightmark. I've had good and bad luck with Sightmark. Some of them are really nice. Some of them are not so nice. And it's another enclosed dot that has a really long lens-to-lens, like tube length, which is one of the things that really cuts down on like your sight tunnel. Like when you go side to side and you kind of like go askew, it just cuts down on the amount that you can see. It's the reason that I don't like the original Aimpoint Acro. It's the reason that the 509 isn't as good as the EPS. And thus, I want to care, but I don't really. Like, I'll run it if I get one to test, but I'm not going to go searching for it. Meh. Next up is HOLLISON, and they've got two more products that I really want to talk about. So the first one is their 507 competition. I think that's what it's called. It's basically a 507 base. So you're looking at like the electronics and the structure of a 507, but it's a competition dot, so you've got a big window. They've widened it a little bit, so the window width is basically the same size as the base versus what it was before, a little bit in. And the height is added, so you've got a big window dot with HOLLISON 507 features, and I'm really looking forward to this. I'm trying to get one. I really want to get one. I've got 3 EPSs, and I am just constantly amazed at the quality that HOLLISON has been bringing into the market, especially for the price. So I'm really hoping that they can maintain that with this dot, and I think they can. We're going to be looking at a dot that is rugged, at least more rugged than things like the Delta Point Pro and the SRO. Not quite as rugged as the smaller window dots, but you are going to find a little bit more ruggedness, and you're going to find more affordability, which is kind of a big deal. And those, I believe, are supposed to come in between $400 and $500, which is just groundbreaking isn't the right word, but it is definitely a better option than a lot of, or a more affordable option, I should say, than a lot of what else is out there. I like what they did window size, widened and heightened. The SRO is just this big round circle, and I don't love the sight picture that it gives you. This, you don't lose the sight picture on the bottom because it's basically the same window shape of all of their other dots. It's just bigger, and I think that is a better fit, better match, and I think it's going to function better. Oh, it's starting to get cold out here, so we're going to be either getting into the car or into the building pretty soon. The last thing that I wanted to talk about with HOLLISON is their new night vision options. Now, these things are cool. Now, first of all, it's the DRS-TH and the DRS-NV. The cool thing about these is they give you the option for night vision, but they also give you the option of not night vision. So you're looking at an enclosed dot that looks very similar to like a dot that you'd find up on the top of a lot of guns that are enclosed. Here's the thing though, they actually run an overlay of night vision in a couple of different modes to give you the benefit of both a standard dot and night vision and thermal overlaid with actual visuals to be able to give you whatever sight picture you want, and it is amazing. And I think they're coming in for around like $1,000, which is just, that's awesome. I said at the beginning that there was a clear winner in my book to releases at SHOT Show for this year, and Holosun is it. The stuff that they released and just what they've been doing and what they are doing, I think that they have really been pressing, especially in the optics industry. Nobody else in the optics industry this SHOT Show really did a whole lot that was innovative or different, and Holosun did. And I commend them for that, and I'm pissed at some of the other companies for not keeping pace with them. It's kind of frustrating. The US dot market is so stagnant as far as what we can get, what's made here, that if you want something different or need something different, you don't have an option. Okay, we're back in the car where it is slightly warmer. My appendages are still cold and stiff. So talking about dots with Holosun, there was an announcement made that we do need to talk about Dotwise and US company-wise. And that is the new dots from C&H Precision Weaponry. That's right, the kind of OG for developers of new technology as far as optics plates goes, have come out with their quote-unquote own line of pistol dots. They've got a few different options. They have like carry versions, standard versions. They've got a competition version, I believe, like a big window, medium window, small window. The only place that I actually got information on what these dots were, or like actually saw them, was on their Instagram page. They did a release. Here we go. So they've got, let's see, this is the comp features. 10 different brightnesses, motion control with shake awake. Shake awake is good. Like, that's solid. All of them should have auto off and shake awake so that it doesn't actually shut down. See, it says shuts down after 5 minutes of inactivity. That's pretty good, because if you think about it, inactivity is sitting on a shelf. It's not going to go off sitting on you. Like, no matter what you're doing, you ain't going to spend 5 minutes not moving enough for a red dot to turn off. 50,000 hour battery life, single piece body machine from aircraft grade aluminum. That's just like every single other dot out there. That honestly does not make too much of a difference one way or the other, merely because, like, yes, material is important, but geometry is important, and thicknesses are important, and like all of that stuff is important as well, just as important as aluminum. Like, you could make an aluminum housing as strong as steel, or you can make a bigger window with steel. It's all a trade-off. IP7 dust and waterproof rating, so that's good. We've got 3 MOA dot, 1x magnification, so theoretically no magnification, no distortion or anything like that. We've got a 28.4 gram weight and powered by a CR1632 battery. I'm guessing most of those specs are pretty normal across the board as far as these dots go. So my two biggest things about these dots, I'm curious where they're made, because they look like Chinese red dots. Now, that's not saying they are. I do not know. And I was just looking, I cannot find information on the actual location that they're made, but they do look, there's just a look that generic red dots have, and they've got that look. But that's my lesser problem with it. I don't have like a super big problem with it. I just wonder why. What if they brought to the table with this dot, with their dot, that others haven't brought to the table? It doesn't sound like they're trying to undercut price point. It sounds like they'll probably come in a little bit over Holosun, under Trijicon. It doesn't sound like they're offering new stuff. In the video that I watched, the presenter said they've got a unit that direct mounts to a Glock 48, which is Glock's single stack gun. And in that interview, they said it direct mounts to a Glock 48, and then looked right at the camera and said, "Isn't that innovative?" It's not innovative. HOLLISON has been doing that on the Glock MOS system for over a year. Though they don't have one, I don't think, that fits on the 48 specifically. The concept of direct mount specific gun optics is not innovative, and therefore the product is not innovative. It doesn't sound like they're offering any new reticle adjustments or reticle changes. Like HOLLISON has their single dot in the 32 MOA circle. They've got the ACSS reticle with their pairing with primary arms. Trijicon has debatably the cleanest, best dots, like the actual red dot, emitted red dot on the market, and are the brightest. And I just don't see what new stuff this is bringing to the table. So I don't hate it, but I do wonder why. And I can't answer that. And the last thing that I want to talk about while we're sitting here in the nice warm car is a new product from Magpul. That is their DACA grid system and case that comes with it. And this is one of those items where, like, I saw it, and the instant that I saw it, I knew exactly what they were doing. They had the pictures and the stuff, and just, I knew what they were doing. And I thought to myself, why has nobody done this yet? It's a hard case with essentially just a gridded bottom made of like harder foam, and then Legos to be able to stuff in there to support your stuff that you're putting in there. And it's one of those things that it's so simple, it's genius. And I hate them for that. I'm kidding. I really like Magpul. Magpul has done a lot of really good products, and this one is up there with it. It's just, it looks good. It looks well thought out. There's a friction fit, but it's not too much, but it's not too little. They're not going to fall out, but they're not going to, I don't know. I just like it. I do worry a little bit over time that some of those posts, I wonder how much it would take to actually like break those, you know, like, or just like pull them out, or, you know, but like the price isn't even that bad. It's like $140 for a Pelican style case with the system already in it, which, I mean, it's more than a $50 soft case that you're going to get at, like, you know, your local farm and fleet. But as far as what it provides you, this fits a different role, you know? Like, I won't be getting it. I do want one, but I won't be getting it and like replacing my Lynx defense bags with it, because my Lynx bags, they're a different thing. Those are my travel bags, you know? I run a Lynx bag because it doesn't look like a gun bag. I run it because I can go incognito in it and fit more stuff than I probably should. I know I should. I should not stuff that pistol bag with as much stuff. The pistol bag looks like a gun bag, but the DACA system doesn't overlap with that. My bureau, however, I'm not getting rid of the bureau because the DACA can't do what the bureau does. However, if I'm grabbing my Savage Model 10 or my Aero 65 Grendel and taking it to the range, those don't fit in my bureau, then I would love to have a hard case for that. And honestly, like, this might be it. So I'm kind of excited about that one. All right, guys, and that is everything at SHOT Show that really tickled my fancy. Now, that's not everything in general, and if there was anything that I missed, do me a favor and write that in the comments down below. This year, it was really nice to see SHOT Show come back in full force. Everybody was holding out more or less to drop their new products at SHOT Show, which means that new product season is back, and I am excited for that. Although I do like getting things, you know, spontaneously throughout the year, it's always fun to get that big, overwhelming rush right around this time of the year. With SHOT Show and the NRA annual meeting coming up, it's really just a rush of adrenaline to be able to see all the new products and where everybody's going. So remember, guys, if you found this video useful, do me a favor and hit that like button down below. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button over on the side. If you want to help the channel out, you can head over to theworkthetrigger.com or over to variantinnovation.com for some 3D printed gun accessories. Remember, guys, I appreciate every one of you, and until next time, do your research, get informed, and get to work.